Hey YouTube, what's up? Yes, I think that works. Hey YouTube, what's good? Welcome back. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hope everybody's had a good week. Just give it a couple of moments and wait for somebody to show up. Wait for. Oh, hey, welcome to the live stream, whoever you may be. I appreciate you showing up. But yeah, just want to talk about some, I guess, black topics, some hot black topics, some black issues. Well, maybe not issues per se, but, black stuff. Hey, thanks for showing up, Palooza 9. I always see your name, but I never pronounce your name. So, okay, Palooza 9. I think that's how you say it. But thanks for showing up. I appreciate that. And thanks for commenting on the videos. Hey, Miss Wilson. Let's see. Um, Sedante? Is that how you say it? I think that's how you say it. Miss Wilson, I see you in the comment section too. Okay. All right. Well, welcome to the chat. Thank you for showing up and thank you for the support and thanks for watching my videos and commenting. I hope you guys had a good week, a good black week. I hope y'all ain't run into no fuck shit. On the first try, okay. Right. I can be educated and intelligent when I want to be. Thumbs up. Thank you. What part of the country do you guys live in? Do you guys live in like the United States or the UK, the Caribbean? Well, I guess I should say what part of the world. I'm assuming you guys live in the United States though. Okay, you're in Canada. All right. Quebec, Ontario. I think that's Ontario is a province, right? Yeah, Quebec, Ontario, British Columbia, Newfoundland and Labrador. What else y'all got? Nova Scotia. Okay, Texas. Okay, I was in Texas like in June. I was like, actually drove through. Yeah, I had went to El Paso. Big state. It took me, it's like 12 hours to drive straight through Texas. Do you guys have good health care in Canada, Sedante? Okay, Ontario. Okay, I would like to try living in Quebec one of these days. I don't know when, but at least visiting. I would love to visit Quebec actually. You know, Toronto, Ontario, Toronto, Ontario as well. Palooza, it's a big state. I've never been to El Paso. Okay. You live in Austin or Houston, Dallas, San Antonio? Yeah. I drove through Dallas. I was like, okay, so this is Dallas. Okay, so Dante, healthcare needs to be improved in Canada. Okay. It needs to be improved in the United States too, as far as like access and the price and stuff. Okay, you lived both in Austin and Houston. Okay. Palooza. It needs to be improved way more in the United States. Hey, welcome to the chat, whoever you may be. I think we just got 2 new folks in the chat, so welcome to the chat. Palooza, you had mentioned that you are biracial. So you have like a white mom and a black dad? You know, biracial but darker skinned? Okay, black mom? Okay. You have a black mom and a white dad, or like a black mom and a Hispanic father? Okay. All right. Let's see. So Dante, have you ever been to Quebec? Montreal, Quebec, or Quebec City? So Dante, no, I haven't. I'd like to go though. Yeah. Yeah, me too. I would like to go too. I would like to go, and if I like it, I would like to try living there for a while. You know, I have even been, studying up on my French a little bit, you know. Okay, Palooza, sorry. Black mom and Mexican dad. Okay. Do you speak any Spanish? ¿Tú hablas español? Welcome to the chat, whoever you may be. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for showing up. Si, parlez-vous français? ¿Tú hablas español? J'apprends français maintenant. You don't speak French? Okay. But in Canada, though, don't they teach French in the schools? But I guess it's like the other subjects. Like, you learn it for the test and then you forget it. Better or Spanish? And I speak some Spanish since I grew up around it. Okay, okay. I like Spanish better, but I do like both. I've just, have studied and, invested in Spanish like a lot longer. And I do like, like the culture and like the people and things like that. Sí. Me gusta la gente, la cultura, y cosas como así. Uh, Cosas así. Mm-hmm. So, ¿tú y tu familia viajan a México a menudo? French throws me off. I think that's move. It's like a arrow in the way. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's like English. French throws me off. It's spelled so different from how it sounds. Yeah, and there's very like small little differences in pronunciation that changes the meaning of the word from like masculine to feminine and vice versa. Yeah. It's like English except for it's more normalized and it does have some rules and, at least tells you that it's going to be pronounced differently with sign or with like accent marks and whatnot versus English is just like, hey, you got to know it. Hey, we don't have accent marks. Yeah, I took a year of French in high school and I took a semester in college. Then I didn't really do anything else with it for like 10 plus years, but then came back to it and was like, well, let me try and do some French a little bit. The last live stream, I was awake during it, but then like the last 30 minutes, I think like I wound up falling asleep. I meant to just end the live stream, but something happened where I didn't end the live stream, so then I just fell asleep. So for 30 minutes, the live stream was on, but I wasn't doing any talking, you know. So yeah, that was embarrassing, and I felt bad, So, my apologies to everybody who tuned into that live stream. I was like, I'm not even gonna post this live stream. I think. Just, that's good. I appreciate that. Every the people in the live chat were really understanding. Everyone was saying good night. Yeah, I had woke up 30 minutes later. I was like, what? Like, oh no, the live stream was still going on. Like, no. God damn it. Sedante Wilson at Palooza 9. Where does the black come from? From your mom's side, right, Palooza? Let's see. Sedante. Is your family, are you like originally from Canada? Is your family from Canada, like have like a strong, um, like roots in Canada? Sedante. Hey Steve, where are you? I live in the United States. I currently live in Georgia. Palooza. Yes, my mom is dark skinned. And she's a dark skinned black woman. Okay. And I guess your father is maybe like a black, like a brown skinned Mexican. Oh, okay, Palooza. No, he's a pale Mexican. A pale Mexican. Hmm. Okay, so he's probably like a mestizo then, a mixture of maybe like uh, native Mexican and Spaniard slash European. So Dante, no, no, where are you right now? I see trees. Oh, like right now, this location I'm in, I'm in a park called Stone Mountain Park. You can actually look it up on the internet if you want to, but it's like somewhat of a tourist destination, but also like locals come here too. Okay, but yeah, welcome to the live stream, whoever you are. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate you. They left. Okay, so Dante. Oh yeah, and my family is Jamaican, based in Canada. Okay, it's a lot of Caribbean folks, kind of like in Canada. I think so, right? I think they do have like a sizable, as far as like the black population is concerned. Like a lot of them come from the Caribbean. I think. Sedante, Palooza, but where is your mom from? You're asking very specific questions, Sedante. But yeah, welcome to the live stream. You know, thanks for showing up to the live stream. Person number 3. Do you go home or do you go to visit Jamaica a lot? Latifa. Hi. Hey, welcome, Latifa. I don't think I've seen you in like the comment section before. I don't think so. I think you might be new, but welcome. Thank you for showing up. I hope you've had a good week, a good Black week. Okay, Palooza. I was born in Wisconsin. My mom was born in Chicago. Okay. Okay. So Dante, no, I have gotten offers, but not interested. You're not interested in going to Jamaica? How come? Oh yeah, you live in Canada, right? So, okay. Latifa, I don't comment often, but I do watch, and I've watched your videos for a year or so. Okay. Well, thank you for showing up to the live stream. You know, I appreciate that. And I hope you enjoyed my videos. My videos been having, some people in a bit of a mood lately, you know. But let's see. So Dante, you mentioned that you live in Canada, and I was wondering, do you like swirl a lot or swirl some, since you kind of live in Canada and maybe like the black population may not be, as big, and perhaps you're just interested in swirling. No shade, just asking. So Dante Wilson, because I went before, not really my thing, but family does want me to go back and visit. So Dante Wilson, no, I don't. Do I swirl? Long story short, no, I haven't swirled. I've considered swirling and I've thought about swirling, but I have not swirled yet. Palooza. Do you watch other YouTubers on Black issues? Not so much lately, but I have in the past. I have watched like Cynthia G and who else? Mr. Superboy 223 before his channel changed up. Well, it didn't change up, but it got shut down, and I think I wound up losing track of it after that. Who else? Chrissy, but I guess Chrissy would be considered more colorism versus Black issues. But I guess colorism is a Black issue, though. Let's see, what else we got? Lately? I'm not sure about anything lately as much, though. What channels do you guys watch? Let's see. Miss Smith. Welcome to the chat, Miss Smith. Nothing wrong with swirling unless you hate your own race, then you have an issue. You know, for me, I really try to. I really try not to judge people who swirl. You know, I really try, because I don't know people's life and people don't know my life, right? We don't know each other's life. We don't know what everyone's been through. So it's to an extent, it would be tough for me to say, I know best for you, right? You know, like I know what's best for you as an individual, right? But, preferably, ideally, it would be great if all black people were able to get with all black people. But unfortunately, the way that this system and also the way that the black community is set up, I just don't see that happening. But I will say, if you're a swirler, just don't bash your own race. I don't like when, people feel the need to bash their own race, particularly black people. I don't like that. Me personally, I make it a point not to bash swirlers, but I also make it a point not to promote swirling on my channel too. It's kind of like, I would feel a little odd promoting swirling, but also I would feel a bit like, I don't know if I would feel totally right, bashing swirling or swirlers, as long as they're not like coons. Latifa, I like your videos. I'm always interested in light-skinned men's perspective of colorism. I'm brown skinned. Okay, all right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it can be a little difficult to come on here and speak your piece truthfully, honestly, bluntly. It can be a little difficult because a lot of times people want to play dumb. You're bringing them issues. I've been, trying to speak on some things and people are just acting like, it just don't exist. And then other times people want to, not even look at your jam videos and make a whole assessment of what the hell you said. And they didn't even look at the video. Come on. But thanks, Latifa. Palooza. Never watched Cynthia G. I've watched Chrissy though. Did you watch The Grapevine? I watched The Grapevine like once. Once, I think. And I think it was like that Bruno Mars episode or something. I do know Seren. I used to watch her videos on occasions. Not so much lately though, but I used to watch her videos on occasions too. So Dante Wilson. Miss Smith, are you sure about that? Miss Smith, Chrissy only cares about dark-skinned women. I don't think that's completely true. She wouldn't even consider us brown women as dark-skinned because we are. Okay, because we are. Okay. The thing is with the brown-skinned women versus the dark-skinned women, I personally tend to try and put them together in a group, but sometimes some brown-skinned women don't want to be put in a group with dark-skinned women. And I know, some dark-skinned women may kind of feel some type of a way about that, But I don't think Chrissy only cares about dark-skinned women, but I think in the position that Chrissy is in as a dark-skinned woman, I don't think she is privileged enough to be able to care about other people's issues while addressing and rectifying the issues that she has as a dark-skinned woman. So I don't think she can afford it, as a dark-skinned woman. Look at her plate and versus everyone else's plate in the community. It's a bit more on her plate that she has to deal with. You know, dark-skinned women, generally speaking. But I don't think she. I never got that vibe that she hated light-skinned people. I never really got that vibe from her. Are light-skinned women, because I know someone gonna be like, well, of course not. She never says nothing about light-skinned biracial men. But light-skinned women either, though. I think she has frustration with light-skinned biracial women as well as dark-skinned men, and maybe to a much lesser extent light-skinned men. But also she has frustration with dark-skinned women too, though. Let's see. Miss Smith, that's what I'm saying. Don't bring down your own race. Don't bring your own race down. I agree. Yeah. I think you need to just, when it comes to that stuff, you just need to stay on code and keep that. Like, it's a saying, it's like good families don't air their dirty laundry. So you, as a black person, you shouldn't be airing our dirty laundry to show to other people. Whether you believe it to be true to your bones or not. Sedante, Miss Smith, depends on the shade of brown. Latifah, how old are you? I am 31. How old are you, Latifah? Queen Latifah. Miss Smith, Sedante Wilson, I don't agree with swirling, but I don't care who do it unless they bring down their own race. Okay. All right. I'm not, for me, for swirling, I'm not completely against it because I understand where some people are coming from, especially how this community can treat some people, honestly, of all shades and genders, sometimes we're not the best to each other. So on the individual level, I can't understand that, But, ideally, black people, I think black people are black people's best option as a collective, at least. Let's see. Palooza. I don't know. I like Chrissy. I'm biracial, but I understand what she says, especially since I grew up with a very dark-skinned mom and a dark-skinned sister. I'm dark-skinned, especially for a biracial, but I did have a totally different experience. Yeah, because a lot of times people equate being biracial with having a certain skin tone, having a certain hair texture, having even a certain eye color and certain facial features, especially for women, like they want you to, when it comes to the biracial females, they want you to be looking like, Beyonce. Miss Smith, I like Chrissy, but she is biased at times. I guess you meant biased, not basis. She is biased at times. I think, that's a valid point. That's valid. I think that's valid. But she kind of has to be biased, though. Because the thing is, if she tried to be completely 100% down the middle and touch on everybody's issues, dark-skinned black women's issues are going to get pushed to the background. They're going to get swept under the rug. They're going to be overlooked. That's why Chrissy focuses pretty much exclusively on dark-skinned women's issues, because no one else will. No one else is going to, not as a group or a community. There may be some like individuals, but as a community and a group, no. It's sad to say, and that sucks, because dark-skinned and brown-skinned women are a big segment of the black community, but no one really gives, it seems like no one really cares, It seems like there's an indifference. Palooza. Serena's interesting. I watch her channel too. She doesn't really touch colorism, but she goes in on foreign blacks versus black Americans. Yeah, I did like 2 videos about that, That is something. Let's see. Um, but I guess that might be, I'm guessing that's Seren's focus. But yeah, Seren said herself that she doesn't like to talk about colorism. She doesn't like it. She's done like a couple of videos about colorism, but not a lot though. She doesn't like to talk about colorism. And I think it may have something to do with like her familial ties. You know, she has family members who are light skinned and she, you know, and, you know, but she does recognize that there is light skin privilege, you know, she's not in the dark about that. And I think she takes, you know, light skinned folks to task. Palooza, yes, she specifically speaks on dark skinned women's issues. Yeah, which is important and which is needed, you know. A lot of times, you know, dark skinned women are getting overlooked as far as their issues. You know, the black community, when it comes to black women's issues, those are considered black women's issues. They're not considered black people's issues. But like black men issues, they're considered black people's issues, right? Like police brutality, that's considered a black people's issue, not just black men, black people. But when it comes to women's issues, you know, it's like, oh, well, that's just a black woman's issue. Let's see. Latifah, as a brown-skinned girl growing up, I had more of a dark-skinned girl experience because I lived in a white Latino neighborhood. So I related more to dark girl struggles because I was always darkest by default. And Latifah is 26 years old. Okay. Yeah, that, you know, white Latino neighborhood. So you were always kind of like somewhat like the token black girl. But yeah, I'm looking at your photo, you know, you do seem, you know, brown skin, but you know, I can understand where you come from as far as your experience is concerned, because you're like, well, your experiences seem to match up more with a dark-skinned woman's experience. Is someone barbecue? Okay, I think someone's like barbecuing. I'm like, where's all this smoke coming from? Sedante. Miss Smith, most people swirl due to self-hate and marketing of other groups. Do you have a statistic to back that up, Sedante? Palooza at Sedante. I agree with that. I know it's not always like that, but it's more of an issue than people want to admit. Okay, all right. I feel like that is a factor when it comes to swirling, okay? I feel like that it can be a factor for some people. I think some people may be low-key kind of like those like we are the world type people, the multicultural type folks who just, you know, it's like, you know, we're all one group of people, you know, live and let live, you know, that sort of thing. Some people, you know, some people do try to, you know, thug it out with black folks, you know, but sometimes they just end up getting like, you know, just bad experience after bad experience. And sometimes when you have had like a series of bad experiences, just in general, you're just like, okay, I got to change it up. You know, I can't keep going through this. Sam M. I really enjoy your videos, Stephen. You're one of the very few people I see doing videos on the light-skinned men's perspective. Thanks. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Thank you for coming and, you know, showing up. And I don't think I've ever seen you comment. I think I may have seen you under my like subscribers list, but I don't think I've ever seen you comment. So thank you very much, you know, for coming and commenting. But yeah, I don't really see a lot of light-skinned men. I don't really see a lot of people, a lot of dudes just in general really talking about it. And understandably, you know, guys kind of get shamed when we try to talk about colorism type stuff, you know. I try to, you know, help out, you know, the brown skin and dark skinned women when I can, as far as colorism. As well, I kind of speak on some other issues just in general regarding colorism. You know, colorism from my perspective, which is just, you know, it's a different perspective that you probably aren't used to hearing. One thing I did notice whenever I would see colorism talks, I noticed that light-skinned men were hardly ever involved in colorism talks. It would usually be dark-skinned women, light-skinned women, and if they did include men, it would be dark-skinned men, and that's it. You know. Melissa Connell. Hi, Steve. Hola, Melissa. Gracias por venir. But thank you very much for showing up. I appreciate it. Lo aprecio. Palooza. I don't see a lot of light-skinned men's opinions either. I thought maybe you guys didn't really care. I think we as I think the light-skinned men, and probably, you know, the dark-skinned men as well, maybe in a position where we kind of don't feel because it like low-key doesn't really affect us as much, or we can deal with it more. But also, you know, men just in general, they're told to, you know, man up. You got to man up. You can't, you know, complain. You just got to man up and take it, you know. But personally, I do feel that colorism affects everybody in the entire community. Some people may just, you know, deal with it a certain way and just may look at like, oh, you know, whatever. But I think ultimately it affects everybody in the community. But also when it comes to light-skinned men, I think sometimes, you know, we kind of are stereotyped as being, you know, negatively stereotyped as being like emotional, oddly enough, by emotional dark-skinned men. You know? So that may be like a shaming tactic to kind of keep you quiet about it, you know? Melissa Cano. Hola. Sí. Hola, señorita. Muchas gracias por venir. Muchas gracias por comentar. Aprecio el apoyo. Sedante, at Palooza 9. Don't be fooled. They do care. You know, I get guys who comment on my videos, you know. A lot of women, to be honest, you know, it is a lot of women, but there's guys who comment on my videos, and I have a lot of males who are subscribed to my channel, you know. Oddly enough, I have like a lot of dark-skinned men who are subscribed to my channel, oddly enough. You know, because sometimes I think some people think that I have like a beef against dark-skinned men, or like I hate dark-skinned men, which is absolutely not true. It's actually the opposite. You know, definitely don't have a beef at all with dark-skinned men, the dark-skinned, brown-skinned men at all. You know, but I just take issues with like the colorist folk. Have you guys experienced like colorism in your day-to-day lives at like a lot or kind of like a little or a lot, you know? Or is it more so like in the media, where it's like, oh, they always portray the dark-skinned woman as like angry or bitter, a hater type stuff. Palooza, I found it interesting that you won't be supporting movies with dark-skinned male actors playing a light-skinned male figure. I don't like that, to be honest. I feel like light-skinned dudes already got it somewhat tough enough as it is, as far as like, trying to get some shine, you know, and it's like these movies are based on like real people, and dark-skinned men usually are given the role before light-skinned men. Light-skinned men have, managed to manage, but when it comes to situations like, you know, uh, Morgan Freeman playing Colin Powell, I'm like, y'all really couldn't find another nigga to play Colin Powell? Y'all couldn't find a lighter guy? You know? But I won't be supporting those particular projects, you know. I don't, overall, I really don't have a problem supporting dark-skinned men, I really, trust me, I really don't. It's just those particular projects where I'm like, well, I think, a lighter guy should just be able to play the role of someone who's light. I don't think that's asking for a lot, you know. When I see dark-skinned men in the media doing well, in movies and television, I do see that as, a reflection of myself. And, not 100%, but, enough, you know. Kelsley Turner. I think that's how you say your name. Kelsley. Where the hell at? In the woods? I think you forgot a pronoun in there. I'm in the park, actually, with a lot of woods, a lot of trees. Melissa Cano. I only experience colorism only with black people, especially black men. But aren't you kind of light-skinned though, Melissa? So is the colorism more like in your favor or against you? Kelsley Turner, I don't see colorism except on YouTube and other social media where folks are talking about it. I think you can see it in the media as well as social media too. Thankfully, honestly, I think in my childhood, honestly, thankfully, skin color wasn't like a major big deal from at least what I've experienced. I've had, some slick comments about me, but overall, thankfully, it was nothing that was scarring, emotionally or mentally scarring. It's something that, I ultimately can say that I honestly don't hold it against the guys that, made the slick comments. Honestly, though, in the neighborhood that I grew up in and in the current neighborhood that I live in, actually, the majority of the people are actually like brown skin and dark skinned black people, And honestly, for the most part, I never really felt like, I was the odd person out or like the token light skinned dude, I didn't even really notice until like adulthood, because like in the neighborhood I grew up in and lived in, like skin, like the colorism aspect never really came up. No one ever said like, oh, like you're dark skin or oh, you're light skin. Like, and it was like a mixture of us, you know. But honestly, I don't think anyone ever brought it up that much. Like, and thankfully in my family, even more so. Like I have ever hardly ever, if any time ever, heard of them mentioning skin tone. And like my family has like a diverse range of skin tones, you know. Um, my family, like even with my parents, there's like just a diverse range of skin tone. Latifa, I once had a dude tell me he wouldn't talk to anyone darker than me because dark girls were ugly and he didn't want dark babies. I was so offended I never spoke to him again. He was of course dark skinned himself. Where does that come from? Sometimes I'm gonna get it again, but sometimes some dark skinned men can say the most fucked up shit to like their own women. Like, where does that come from? He said, but I have, you know, some dark skinned dudes do be on that, like, oh, you know, anyone lighter than me, you know, it's like anyone lighter than me, you know. You know, be fair, you know, they have a lot of options, you know, a lot of women are lighter, you know. But, you know, the follow up question would be like, why not anyone darker? You know? But I think he answered it. He feels that dark skinned women are ugly and he doesn't want dark skinned babies, which is a little odd, you know, a little odd. Kelsey, I think that's how you say it. Taylor, Tyler, I did. Melissa, they should get a Michael, I think Ealy, I meant to say Michael Early, to play Thurgood Marshall. That would be a good option. Uh, Tyler, well, yeah, but I despise mainstream media. Don't watch it. You know, I have kind of tuned out of a lot of mainstream media myself. I don't even have a television, you know, I don't really watch much television. But I've been thinking about maybe getting a television. I'm not sure. Palooza. I only experienced pushback from my Mexican family. It was very different growing up being the only biracial and black at that. But on my black side and out in the world, I'm always embraced. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that. I'm sad that your Mexican family seems like they may be color struck though. You know. And I think it hurts. It's a bigger issue and it hurts more when it comes from family. Sam M. I had no idea how strong colorism is until recently. It helped me understand some of the negative comments slash vibes I get from dark-skinned men, and also why I seem to be invisible to many black women in general. You know, personally, I do feel like black women, generally speaking, are socialized and, you know, even perhaps brainwashed not to even consider light-skinned men as options for themselves. I think they're kind of low-key guilted and shamed about it. And I think they may kind of register light-skinned men as being non-black men, you know. And, you know, black women are, you know, kind of shamed for being with non-black men, you know, and, you know, even for desiring non-black men. Melissa, I'm a peanut light-skinned woman. It's in my favor getting dates with black men, but dark skin should point out that I'm light-skinned and they say, are you mixed? Shaking my damn head. So you may feel like they're fetishizing you, like, oh, you know, look at that sexy mixed girl over there. And you think it may just be about your features versus just you as a person. Palooza. I've experienced experiences where black men try to talk to me and would say, "Are you mixed?" And I would say, "Well, yes." And they would say, "I thought so because I normally don't like dark-skinned girls." What the hell, man? What the hell? Where's this coming from? But this is the type of shit that gets swept under the rug, right? So I guess basically in a roundabout way, he's saying you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl, or you're pretty for a dark-skinned mixed girl. Tyler, sorry. Chadwick Boseman already played Thurgood Marshall on a movie last year. Yes, he did. I did a video about that. I did not support the movie, and the movie flopped. See what happens when you do fuck shit? And, you know, he himself acknowledged that it was a bit, you know, like there was a difference between how they looked. Let's see. Melissa Cano. I think it's a fetishization of me. I guess a fetishing of you. Fetishized. Okay. And you don't like that feeling of being fetishized. Does it? It makes you feel uncomfortable. Chadwick Boseman. Okay. The Black Panther dude. Palooza, did you have an issue that you meant to talk about today specifically? Not really. I did notice something. I think some people were talking about like Tamara Mari and her husband, you know, and she was defending her white husband or whatever. But I don't think I really had a major issue to come with. I think I should have something to come with, like a talking point or whatever, but I just wanted to come through and touch bases with you guys and see what's up, you know. Did you guys have anything you wanted to speak on? Like why Kanye West hasn't been canceled? Right. Latifa, I think black men chase after light skin because they don't want to fight racism. So instead, they just try to mix themselves out of blackness and they see light skinned women as a golden ticket to whiteness. I did a video a while ago about like light skinned biracial women being somewhat of a consolation prize for black men. I those women are considered to like those women are pushed as the standard of black beauty. You know, those light-skinned biracial mixed women, they're pushed as like, oh, this is what a black woman should look like. When really a black woman really should look like a brown-skinned, dark-skinned black woman, to be honest, since they're the majority in the community. But you notice they don't really try to do that with the guys, right? The guys protect their image, but they won't protect their woman's image though. Which, as a patriarch, and if that's what you want to be, then you have to protect your woman as well. But, I'll say that, in the area I live in, I think I do tend to see chocolate on chocolate couples, dark skin, brown skin couples. Um, Tyler. Oh, please, that BS with Tamara was painful. Her husband obviously has racial bias. I feel like people do kind of use this situations like this to sort of go at, you know, black slash biracial women because, Tamara Mari, she is biracial. She identifies as black, but she is sometimes used as a proxy for a black woman. And they try to use this as like, oh, look at these foolish black women who swirl. Ha ha ha. What coons. Ha ha ha. The thing is, I don't really expect much from a black woman in terms of like fighting the power. I don't expect a black woman to be bringing the same whatever to the table as a black man in terms of fighting the power. I really don't view Tamara as like a fight the power type of black person anyway. I honestly think that people, they tend to ignore her any other time. You're right. The black community seems to have, been ignoring her for a while. But when it comes to her husband, I think that her husband needs to just be quiet and stay in his white man lane and not speak on black issues. Like, that's not your place to be speaking on black issues. Even if you got a biracial black identified wife and you got some quarter black children, it's not your issue. It's not your place to be speaking on black issues. But even still, I've even heard like people try to give Aisha Tyler heat for being a swirler. And I'm like, Aisha Tyler, she kind of just stayed in her lane. She never really, got caught up in any like foolishness or anything. So I'm like, why folks kind of try to come for her? Let's see. Palooza. I don't care about swirlers not being about black issues, but it hurts my feelings to see those people, men and women, get shaded or not fully supported by their non-black partner. That's the thing, when it comes to swirling, you do have to worry about that. Is your non-black partner, especially like a white partner, are they really going to hold you down? Are they really going to accept you and the baggage that you come with as a black person in America? Are they going to be down for you when you getting pulled over by the cops and harassed? Are they going to speak up for you? Are they going to come out and show out and, help? I don't know, Tyler, when bronze people date whites, they never speak on bronze issues anymore. New word for black is bronze. Where did that come from? Latifa, Tamara's husband is racist, but black males are mainly mad because they lost one of their light queens. Low key, I think that's a part of it too, But then they'd be like, oh, she ain't even the sexy one. They'd be like, oh, Tia's the sexy one anyway. But I'm like, okay, if that's the case, then what's the deal? Like, did you really lose something? But I think, low key, I think black men, particularly brown skin and dark skin black men, do kind of have a sense of entitlement when it comes to black women and, specifically biracial mixed black women. Tyler, watch this lady regarding how we are labeled, and black is negative if I look at the definition. So Dante, Aisha is divorced now. That's true. You're right. She is. But even still, she did. It was like some few folks try to come for her, Personally, I didn't even know she was in an interracial relationship for a while, you know. Palooza. Palooza. Do you think that people in interracial relationships should not speak on black issues and be hardcore or be hardcore about black issues? I don't know. I think that they should. They shouldn't be the face of any black movement, I'll tell you that. No black power movement, no black liberation movement, or whatever. Yes, they can still speak on black issues and work for the betterment of black people. They can and they still should. You know, just because they're not with a black person doesn't mean that their ties to blackness are completely severed, because they do have black family. But sometimes I think when it comes to particularly the men, sometimes you'll get that, you know, pro-black while sleeping white, you know, and I think low-key that might be their way of trying to overcompensate for, you know, and not come off as like a sellout. So they kind of have to be a bit more pro-black. Tyler, whites don't speak on their mates' issues because white supremacy trumps that and they stay on code. I agree. Latifa, Samara came from a white man, but black men think they own her. The irony. That's a great point, actually, Alusa says. You know, usually the black men would be on that whole like, oh, if your dad's black, you're black. The black gene is dominant, right? Like, you the seed of your father. That shit, right? And you know, low key on the subliminal level, I think a lot of people, you know, very low key like to see a black woman get dragged. Palooza at Tyler. What was the video you watched about labels? Question mark? Question mark. Whew. Tyler, this lady on YouTube from, that's it. He left us on the cliffhanger there, Tyler. Kenya, Dr. Mumbai, made a lot of sense. Interesting. She has a good channel. Okay. I'll try and remember that. Sam M. at Kelsey. I agree. Okay, so you know about the channel too, Sam. Okay. I'm trying to remember that. Dr. Mumbai talking about labels. I guess racial labels. Did it? Yeah, welcome to the chat, whoever you may be. I think a couple of folks showed up to the chat. The thing, how this setup is, you can't really see who shows up. Well, the name of the people. Sam. I like her channel. I try to follow things from the black community worldwide, especially Brazil because I've have experience there. Oh, that is interesting. That is a good philosophy. Palooza. I think that sort of thing is highly interesting. How we associate certain negative words to being black, and we are programmed to think that it's inherently bad. Tyler, it was put on us by whites, and if you look at history, they literally changed names of everything regarding us. Bronze folk. What part of the world are you in, Tyler? And also, Sam, what part of the world are you in? Our country? I always assume that folks are in the United States, but, you know, YouTube is worldwide. Palooza. I was basically taking a power walk. I wasn't jogging. Not yet. But power walking, you know, getting some exercise in a little bit and some cardio. Tyler, Miami. Okay. All right. MIA in the building. Yeah, I was in Miami like last year. Palooza. Where are you, Steven? Up north? No, I'm actually down south in Georgia. Sam, I'm from San Bernardino, California. I currently working in Oklahoma, and I've lived a year in Brazil. I think Sao Paulo and Bahia. Okay, Tyler. My mother lives in Georgia, in Noonan, Georgia. Okay. And Sam, are you mixed of some sort? Like maybe part Mexican, part black, or part white, part black, or um, part black, part something else? Latifa, How do you feel about light-skinned Princess Tiana? I actually did a video about that, Latifah. Long story short, I didn't like it. I don't think that was what they should have done. I think what they should have done was just kept her as she was. How did you feel about it, Latifah? Sam, no. Just straight American black, but light skin from multi-generational mixing. Yeah, me too. I do, that's kind of like my, my story as well. Often, confused for being, first generational, but, no. Sam M. I love Salvador. I'm planning to buy a home there one day. Salvador is I'll talk about El Salvador or Salvador like a city of some sort. Latifah, I think they were trying to whitewash her to make her more palatable to white audiences since it wasn't a black movie targeted to black people. Yeah, but black women, monoracial, dark-skinned black women can be palatable to white people too. They can be marketed to white people. Tyler, it's a city in Brazil, supposedly the Atlanta of Brazil. Oh. Do you speak much Portuguese? Salvador Bahia is a city in Brazil. It's where the African slaves were bought during the Brazilian slave trade. Heavy black Brazilian population. Are they more so like, because I think when it comes to them, they were able to hold on to their culture and their heritage, I think. You know. But I think, are the black people there more so like, darker skinned, or is it more so like mixture, like a mix of like maybe like folks who are kind of like light skin and dark skin? Let's see. Sam, simposo falar. Unfortunately, I don't speak much Portuguese. I'm guessing you're saying you like speak a little bit, maybe. Yeah. Tyler, none. I had a friend there that moved back. Talk to her often. She wants me to visit. Okay. All colors and variations of black there. Okay. It ranges like in the United States. Okay. Latifah, I heard colorism in Brazil was terrible, even worse than the US. I have heard that too. I don't think I think there might be less camaraderie between the skin tones, honestly, in Brazil. But, what do I know? I haven't been there. But that's what I heard, though. Okay. Sam. Sem posso falar. Yes, I can speak. Do you speak any Spanish? Palooza. It's crazy that Tiana being a frog for most of the movie was because the creators of that movie thought she wouldn't be relatable as a black woman, but would be more relatable as a frog. Yeah, that is it's just really terrible. It perpetuates a negative narrative, you know? Okay, Sam. Sí, puedo hablar en español también. Okay. You learned Spanish first or second after Portuguese? I'm assuming your native language would be English. Yeah, you're an English speaker, native. Okay. Um, yo también hablar, yo también puedo hablar en español. Um, Tyler, nah, blacks are more unified there. Over the past 10 years, about 50%, 54% of the population now identify as black. Latifa, different types of colorism slash classism. Sam M, I learned Portuguese first, then Spanish from practicing at work. Okay. Yeah, I learned Spanish first and then tried for French afterward. Mm-hmm. Sam, I studied French the most. Oh, but I'm not as good as in, but I'm not as good as in Spanish and Portuguese. Mm, that's terrible to hear. Tyler, I want to go there. Brother and cousin went to Brazil and had a good time a few years back. Okay. Palooza. Bye, Steven. I'll catch you in the comments of your next video. Keep up the good work. Thanks. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate you. Sam, but I can speak some French, but I need to practice more. You know, see, like, je parle un petit peu de français. Un petit peu. Sam at Kelsey. You should definitely visit Brazil. It will change your life in many different ways. Hmm. I guess maybe I should visit then. Different slash more positive black culture, in my opinion, but the black people there definitely struggle in different ways. Hmm. How was your experience there as far as like Did you feel like you were accepted? Did you feel like an outsider? Did they shade you? I guess not, but just wondering about your experience. Sam, I was very accepted among most people of all races/colors, but me being American is what did that, I believe. Mm. Mm. Tyler, I plan to. Blacks there will surpass Black Americans in terms of getting equality and power. Mm. Y'all are on the cutting edge of no. Tyler, more of them there, and their population is growing quickly. Sam, there were many instances where I was the only black person in certain upscale places, but that was because I had the money to do so. Hmm. So there still is, there are still some issues, as there is with any place, really. Great, now there's a B over here. Tyler, you would think I've been there, but my friend has told me so much about it there. Let's see. Sam, I believe Black Brazilians may be better off. They don't have the destructive culture like I feel we sort of have here in the United States. All right, now you guys are making me want to visit Brazil. Now I got to start brushing up on my Portuguese. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much. I'll keep that in mind. Because I am planning on trying to do some things, But, I got to work up and get some funding first. um, Shortbread Girl Scout, you look super different outside. I think this is probably the first time I've seen you come through here, Shortbread Girl Scout. I don't really see you comment in the videos, but thanks for showing up. Sam, I'm going again in January if my schedule permits. Kelsley, Tyler, I don't think our culture is destructive at all. The U.S. government and its anti-black policies is the cause of our problems. We have to stop blaming ourselves. I think that is a factor, but I also think there are some things that black people seem to just kind of be like somewhat okay with. Like some things have just become normalized, like, single parent household type stuff, kids in the thug culture maybe. Sam, I'm well connected there. I can help you do it on a budget. Some money needed, but not a crazy amount. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sam. I might have to add Brazil to my list. At least a visit, like a week, maybe 2, just to get a feel for it and see what's good there. Let's see. Tyler, media promotes a lot of negativity regarding us. Sam, I don't disagree the government has a part, but we do a lot of the work for them. Tyler, we don't have a voice in the media, so the white media determines everything for us. Sam, I think when you see what black Brazilians face, you will see the advantages that we have here that we don't take advantage of like we should. I think that is a valid point. Not all of us, but some of us. Sam, but I don't disagree at all with the historical work of the government / society against us. Just saying we can do better. Tyler, single parent homes are a result of our community being attacked by the government, mass incarceration, propaganda, media, redlining, black feminism, public assistance, just to name a few things. You did more than name a few things. And I think that, black folks play a part in it, the thing is, I feel like sometimes we kind of tend to take out our agency in it and just be like, oh, it's all white people. And I'm not trying to absolve white people of their part, because, it's true. But sometimes I think we do it to a point where we're like, oh, well, white people got to solve the problem. And we know good and damn well white folks ain't going to solve the problem. Tyler, when something is promoted, enough people will adapt to it. Tyler, not saying we are blameless. Okay. Sam, the sad part is I get more positive advice and love from old white Trump supporters than my old, I guess, own community at times. Oh, really? How did that happen? I thought old white Trump supporters were supposed to be raging racists. Voting Trump. Well, ain't supposed to be no goddamn community. Sam, I decided to take a risk to come work in the oil industry in Oklahoma. They were the most supportive of me and my business ideas. Very surprising to me. Oh, that's interesting. What type of work do you do, or what type of business are you planning? Just wondering. Tyler, I don't blame white folks directly as much as the US government, who's been very good at lumping in the average white citizen for the damage they've done. Sam, not saying I agree with Trump at all. You telling me you didn't vote Trump, Sam? Sam, right now I drive trucks in the oil fields. I'm trying to save money to get into real estate, among other things. Okay. Putting in work. I think my first time seeing oil fields was when I drove through Texas, actually. I was like, oh, okay, so this is the oil fields. Sam, Bernie all day, every day. Tyler, check you out next time. It's nearing 8, and I'm about to get off work. Oh, I didn't know you were at work. How you listen to me and you at work? Sam, but I keep myself open to learn more and be well-rounded. All right. But thank you for coming out, Tyler. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. Sam, good money in the oil fields if you're interested in this kind of work. I didn't know that. Well, I didn't know that oil was an industry and whatnot, but I didn't know that that was a particular avenue. Adios, Tyler, aka Kelsey. Don't be a stranger. Come on back now. see. What time is it? All right, 7:32. Okay. But yeah, let's see. Sam, I drive semi trucks that take water from oil wells. Okay. Sam, looking into hauling sand next. Okay. Sounds like you got a good career, or at least a good job going. So you plan to get to the money in Oklahoma and then plan to get into the shoot, I gotta start work too, LOL. Gotta run, Steve. Okay, thanks for showing up, Tyler. Tyler. Sam, thank you. See you next time. Get to the money. But yeah, anybody else got anything to speak on? About to wind it down. HMU about Brazil. I'll put you in the know. I don't know what HMU means about, but okay. But thank you. Um, I'm going to consider that. Okay. Because that might be an option, you know. At least to visit, you know, to visit. I'm not sure about living there, but I may visit. Hit me up. Okay, Sam. Thank you for offering that to me. Mm-hmm. Well, anyone else want to speak their piece? Adios, Sam. Nos vemos pronto. Anybody else? I guess nobody else. Au revoir. Okay, I didn't know you could speak French, Latifa. Yeah, I guess I better get off here too. But thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate your support. I'm thankful. Yeah, hope everything goes well for you guys, you know. And we will see and talk with each other again soon. Have a good one, y'all. Until the next live stream, adios and goodbye for now.